Hello, legends. What is happening? Let's go. Yes, Mr. Crypto Big Brains, no financial advice. I see the mods here in the com section. Right, there we go. We are live. Legends, welcome to a lazy Sunday stream. But as per Friday's message that I sent inside of our Legends Pro community, I did tell the legends, apologies, I won't be able to go live on Friday, but I will see you on Sunday, a lazy Sunday, okay? Preparing for the week. What can we expect? Also, Mr. Donald Trump, I believe, is being moved into the White House, okay? His furniture, his belongings, everything's being moved into the White House, getting ready to serve his term. And I see the Trump coins are absolutely exploding here to the upside. There are so many Trump coins, and I see they are all exploding to the upside, dragging the liquidity out of the crypto market. But legends, most important over here, most important is the price of Bitcoin. What can we expect here from the price of Bitcoin? Woo. If we tap that 0.88, we'll go through the technical analysis, and I'll also share, as per the thumbnail, I am starting to load up on some of our favorite altcoins that we've been discussing for weeks and weeks, okay? Some of my swing positions are still open, and I'm planning to add a little bit more. In fact, I have actually added a little bit more already a couple of hours ago. I will share with you my plans, the load up zones that we are approaching, right? Always with good risk management. And let's just have ourselves an awesome live stream today. I appreciate all the comments and everyone joining here on the live stream. Remember to smash up the like, right? And right, legends, let's get the party on the road. Also, before I dive in, because I'm going to be talking about a lot of altcoins today, because I know everyone wants to see their favorite altcoin. Including myself, okay? Legends, remember, okay? Ooh, dominance looks absolutely magical here at the moment. Do you guys see? Can you like to be spotting what I'm spotting with this grind here to the upside? Okay, dominance just absolutely collapsing, okay? You can see this massive absorption of shorts, and perhaps smart money, the bigger players, are loading up their bags for maybe one more push to the upside. Okay, legends, let me say hi to the beautiful community, but before I do that and we get into the juiciness of this stream, okay, down in the description of this video, legends, I just have to share this with you because this incredible offer is not going to last forever. The first link down in the description, weeks. Okay, do you guys see this? First link down in the description. You only need an email and a password to sign up. When you deposit money into your 𝗞𝗄𝗃𝗍 account, you get 10% back on that money that you deposit. You have to just leave it there for 3 days. Okay, that's the minimum requirement. They also have a competition running at the moment, so you can do your normal trading, and there's a Mercedes-Benz, there's Rolexes, there's a lot of prizes here up for grabs. Go check it out, register for the competition. Why not? Okay, you've got nothing to lose just by registering for the competition. Also, you get 50% off of your trading fees by using the link down in the description. I actually want to see, okay, how well is that WXT token doing? Because I bought a bunch of WXT tokens just to unlock some more benefits on the week exchange. So let's do this. I'm just curious here, legends. WXT, which is the native weeks token. Most exchanges do have their own native weeks tokens, and basically by holding those tokens you benefit from amazing deals. Okay, so I mean, it's still hovering to the upside. It had that one day where they had the 100 pump to the upside, but from a technical perspective, you know, there's not much to analyze over here, legends. It's just, you know, the token got launched over here and it's been consolidating. It had that 100% push to the upside when they announced that the more WXT tokens you hold, the cheaper your trading fees become, and you have to hold 300,000 WXT tokens, okay, to qualify for this discount, which you watching this live stream get by signing up with a link down in the description. Okay, so I bring you the amazing deals. I talk to the exchanges. We have meetings with the CEOs, and we told them, okay, Mr. CEO, you're going to have to pull out all the stops for my community over here. Okay, usually exchanges gives only a sign-up bonus, or they give discount, or they have a competition running. Weeks really came to the party over here. They gave you the biggest sign-up bonus. They're giving you the lowest trading fees. They're giving you a competition just to trade like you would usually trade. All you need is an email and a password, and the money that you put in your features account, they'll give you 10% cash back to trade with, or to use towards losses, okay? Or to have those free trades open up in the background. So legends, I'm going to be talking about a lot of altcoins in this live stream. Make sure to support the channel. You also use the link down in the description. Come and trade with Weeks, and let's make some money together. Okay, legends, quite a couple of things that I want to go through, but I'm going to focus a little bit on altcoins. I see everyone wants to know about their favorite altcoin. It's that time again. Okay, it's that, hopefully that time again. Bitcoin has been grinding here to the upside with any major pullbacks at the moment. Okay, it's just absolutely super bullish, as per the thumbnail, unstoppable. It just seems unstoppable. The retracements are so shallow. It really reminds me of the previous bull cycle. I remember, if you go on through the daily time frame and we just go and have a quick look here at the previous bull cycle, okay, I remember during some of these momentums here to the upside, okay, because I was here during the previous bull cycle. I remember during some of these crazy momentums here to the upside, like this little structure over here, okay, and even this little structure over here. The price doesn't give you an opportunity to get in. It just rampages to the upside, and it retraces to very, very small FIB levels, usually minimum targets, rare FIB levels. Okay, so I mean, if I take a FIB from that low to that high, okay, at least we tapped the 0.382 over there, but that was after the retracement. Okay, but I remember during the previous bull cycle, you get those massive rampages to the upside that looks like it has to correct at some point. And yes, they do correct at some point, but you don't know when. Right. Legends, the one thing that I am spotting over here, okay, is this 0.88. Here on, let's go on to the 8-hour time frame. This is starting to look really, really good, okay? Because if I take a FIB from the all-time high at $108,000, 358, to the low that we've made over here, and I look at this little 0.88 over here, okay, if we tap that 0.88, I think we are going to get a rejection, okay? I think we're going to get one. I think it's going to be a small one, it's going to be a large one, but the good news is about when you tap the 0.88, whatever happens here, okay, you increase the probabilities of taking the high, which means whatever happens to the downside is a higher chance of being a corrective structure, and impulses are going to continue to the upside. So this will be quite a bullish sign where price taps the 0.88, you get the potential rejection, and I'll show everyone now why I'm potentially expecting a rejection in that zone, which is going to make a lot of people bearish, and maybe it even comes down here, scares the crap out of everyone, find support over here inside of this consolidation area, and then get the bounce to the upside. But it does increase the probabilities of once you tap that 0.88, and I mean, we've spoken about the 0.88 level often, and the probabilities of this level playing out is very high. Okay, nothing's ever guaranteed in the market, but when you tap that 0.88, whatever happens to the downside is regarded as corrective, which means that the impulses can continue to the upside, even if you take the low. In the worst case scenario, if you tap the 0.88, worst case scenario, you take the low, there's still a high chance that you're not going to break down successfully and we're just going into a bear market because of this little puppy over here. Okay, I want to show everyone just a little bit of a clue. So if I look at this previous massive consolidation area that we've been in, and I just stick here onto the 8-hour time frame. If I take a fib from this high that we've made over here to that low that we made, you can see what had happened. We tapped the 0.88. Okay. And as soon as we tap the 0.88, the probabilities increased even if you go sideways, okay? And you take the low, you increase the probabilities you're not going to break down successfully. You are going to continue a corrective structure and at some stage take the high. And boy, oh boy, did we take that high. But there was 0.88 taps everywhere with this structure over here. So I can also take a fib from this high to the low, 0.88. Okay, another one from this high to the low, 0.88. With all these damn 0.88 taps, I knew and I said it during the live streams that I had over here, we have increased the probabilities of taking the highs. Okay, and whatever is happening here is corrective and not impulsive to the downside. So you might be asking yourself, what do you mean by corrective and what do you mean by impulsive? So a little bit of education, because you guys know I love to educate here on the channel. An impulse means price is consistently moving in that direction. So if you have an impulse to the downside in a 5-wave structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it means that the impulse is to the downside and the correction is to the upside in a 3-wave structure. Okay, so even if you take the low, the high over here, and maybe you had a 0.88, maybe this retraced a little bit deeper and you tap the 0.88 over here and it continues up and it takes the high over there, you have an increased probability that this low is not safe. It's going to be taken again. Okay, so when you have impulses in a certain direction, which we now have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside, whatever happens here, okay, once you have that 0.88 tap over here, whatever happens here is corrective and you have an increased probability of taking that high again. And you are not creating impulses to the downside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, 1, 2, 3, and you just continue in a bear market. This will be really bad for the crypto market as a whole. Okay, if you start creating impulses to the downside, you're going to have corrective structures to the upside, which means you're in a bear market. We are still in a bull market, right? So you want to see the impulses to the upside and you want to see corrective structures to the downside. And when you tap that 0.88 level over there, that usually, okay, gives us a little bit of, a clue. I saw you. Okay. And this becomes a load up zone, an accumulation area for that high to be taken again. Okay. And hopefully the market, and what we always hope for as technical traders is that when you have a 0.88 tap, okay, like we're potentially going to get over here, when you have this 0.88 tap, hopefully we're going to get it. This, whatever happens here, and the deeper the correction go, the better buying opportunity it presents, because right? Oh, this is magic, because you increase the probabilities of taking that high. Okay. Yes, it's never guaranteed, but it does increase the probabilities quite significantly. Okay, so legends, the reason I'm also potentially speculating on a little bit of a rejection here, let's go on to the 4-hour time frame and let's switch on some daily levels. Okay, so now I can see, I just want to go on to the daily time frame. I haven't done proper levels yet, so I'm going to do it here live on the live stream, but perhaps we can all learn something together. Okay, so for me, I just want to make sure that all my daily levels has not been tapped. So there's a daily level, beautiful. It has not been tapped, so it's valid. There's a daily level, has not been tapped, so still valid. And then we formed this little daily level over here Friday night. Okay, so make sure that you have this daily level, snap it on with a magnet so it stays exactly where it needs to be. Open and close at exactly the same level. And yes, not much happening over here, but we do have a daily level here at the 0.88. Okay, and depending on how price reacts at that level, it's a potentially good shorting opportunity. So Dewald, why on earth, okay, are you talking about shorts in a bull market? Are you smoking your socks? The legends here know I love to smoke my socks, okay? Because we can make money in a bull market by shorting with good risk management and taking profits when we need to take profits, okay? Because as a day trader, we know that there's pullbacks along the way. In this aggressive structure here to the upside, okay, there was shorts to be taken. And I saw some legends, including myself and Andy, we made some money with the shorts here to the downside, okay? You just need to know where to enter, protect your position. You have to be extremely defensive and very selective about the short that you enter, okay? And again, I'm looking at a short at this zone. The one thing I want to quickly highlight over here, legends, is that wouldn't it be interesting? So let me go back here onto the 4-hour time frame. One scenario that would be interesting, and I don't know if it's going to play out, but one thing I know that play out very often is when you tap a 0.88 level. Often what happens is if you get the rejection, because there's one of two things that usually happens. It taps the level and it has a small little pullback. Okay, aggressive. You have to scalp the crap out of that thing. You have your stop loss above the high. You enter like a sniper. Okay, you pay yourself on the way down. You take aggressive profits, and you either close the position or maybe you leave a small little moonbag open for lower levels. Okay, because there's support in this zone over here, and we can go and have a look at those little areas in a moment. But it's a scalp. I regard this as a potential scalp. We have to remember that the trend is up and the trend is your friend until the very end. And if you think you're going to nail an entry over here that does that, right? You need to be aggressive with your profit taking you to the downside because you are shorting an uptrend. Dangerous. Danger, danger, danger. What's that movie that says danger, danger? What's the name of that movie? I saw it on Netflix. Maybe some of you will know. Let me know here in the comments. Robin, Danger Jane. It's a robot and Lost in Space. Lost in Space. I don't know if you guys have watched that on Netflix. I really enjoyed that series. Lost in Space. Yes, Lost in Space. Mr. Pac-Man knows exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so a potential scalp, but it could go down a little bit deeper. So the one scenario that I'm keeping an eye on over here is what plays out often, okay, is that if you get a successful rejection by the 0.88, it likes to retrace back to the 0.618. Sometimes it does this. It comes down to the 0.88. We have a fresh daily level over here. Very interesting. And it does that. Then it takes the high. Okay, so definitely a possibility. Okay, so it's either going to reject successfully, go here to this daily level, and then maybe get the bounce to the upside. But, you know, if it falls here to the downside, guess what? You can have a trend and you play the breakout. Okay, you apply your trading strategy. If no breakout, then you're most likely going down lower. And then we have another daily level over here. Woo. So, I mean, there is trading opportunities everywhere. You just need to apply your trading strategy and observe the price reaction when you hit that level. So, something specific that I will be looking at, legends, and I have spoken about this before, is how we react when we hit this level is going to be very important. Because although I'm saying that this could potentially be a shorting opportunity, you have a double top over here, okay? Double top. If price breaks through, I want to see some selling pressure kick in, okay? Because then also that massive bullish CVD that's building up has played out, because that is your target, okay? So I want to see at least a 15-minute candle not close above the daily. Ideally a 1-hour candle, because sometimes I do spot a body of a 15-minute candle close above and price continues, but then the answer lied in the 1-hour candle. So what I'm trying to highlight over here is if I see 1-hour body candle closes above this level, I ain't shorting. And as long as price is above this level, I am not shorting. okay? Because we trade with good risk management. You need to see the price action that enables you to take the trade. If I do not see the price action that I like, I do not take the trade. Okay, because often, and I'm going to hammer on this a little bit over years, legends, because some of the new people watching the live stream, Dewald has spoken about a potential shorting opportunity. The price goes up, and what do? They try and be Mr. Brave Stars, okay, and as price is pumping here to the upside, they try and catch the high. Okay, price keeps on pumping. So maybe you're trying to catch that high over here. It comes down, okay? Maybe you add a little bit more. It has the bounce and then it runs away and you keep on adding until your entire portfolio is inside of this trade, and then you start stressing because now you're approaching liquidation levels. Okay, we do not trade like that. You do not impress me by posting a screenshot of a P&L telling me that I caught the top over there, right? So this is often something that I see, and and I'll speak about that now. I see something like this. It gets the rejection and it falls down. And then over here, people start posting their P&Ls, for example, they started taking profits, okay? And someone caught that over there. They literally caught the top. And then they post the P&L thinking that I'm going to say, wow, congratulations. No, I'm not impressed. I'm genuinely not impressed, because what goes through my mind is, how did you apply risk management over here by trying to catch that top? Did you enter, close your eyes and hope for the best? Okay, where did you put your stop loss? The reason, okay, and this is why the swing failure pattern strategy in my mind is one of the most powerful trading strategies, because it enables you to catch the tops and the bottoms, okay? But it has to do that. And if your entry is over there somewhere, okay, I would say, okay, that is an awesome trade. Why? Because you knew where you had to put your stop loss. It's the retracement that tells you where you have to put your risk management. If price is pumping and you are adding to your position, where on earth are you putting your stop loss? You have to have the retracement so that you know where to put your stop loss. That is a beautiful swing failure pattern. Even people that enter a little bit late, I'm still proud of them, because all they do is they lower their capital and they lower the leverage that they trade with, so that if they do get stopped out, they still only lose 1 or 2% of their portfolio. Okay, so you can rather try and impress me and Andy and the coaches by having an entry that's a little bit further down, but you still practice good risk management, than trying to show off that you were the one that caught the top, because I am not impressed if you have an entry over there. Okay, unless there's a clear level or something that you've measured out from a trend-based perspective, because often it does happen, okay, that it does that, and Dewald has an entry over there, and people are like, but you told us not to do this, Dewald, why did you enter there? Because there was most likely a 1.618 level. I measured a wave and I used a Fibonacci line to play the SFP, but there will always be a wick. There will always be a wick, so that I know where to put my stop loss. Okay, if I had to play this little trade over here, and maybe I did a Fibonacci pull from the high to the low, and maybe there's a 1.618 or 1.236 level, I do use those levels to play SFPs, but I wait for that wick. And I can guarantee you, if I take a trade over there, my stop loss was above that wick. So legends, smash up the like for the education over here. What I'm sharing with you guys today, and also what Andy shares in his live stream with everyone over here, is education, how to trade with good risk management, what to look out for, okay, how not to lose your account, how not to get liquidated. If you get stopped out, how do you get stopped out at break even, with only paying the trading fees and not at a loss? Okay, so legends, you will pay good money for this type of education that we provide, or myself provide here for free on YouTube, okay? And all I ask is that you gently click that like button over there. Right, legends, because for me, it's about, I want to see people succeed in trading. I really genuinely want people to succeed in trading. When people send me messages like, Dewald, I've been following you for X number of months or a year, and I have now turned into a successful trader. I was able to leave my 9 to 5. Okay, I never risk more than 1 to 2% of my capital. I mean, my heart sings joy when I read those stories. Okay, I want you to be successful. I don't want you to lose money. Okay, I really don't want to. That is also why I arrange with the exchanges to give my community the best signups, the lowest trading fees. Okay, it's what you need to be successful. You need TradingView to be successful. You need to be able to do proper analysis. If you want to be a mechanic, okay, and you go to someone's house to go and fix their car without a toolbox, are you going to use your fingers to unscrew the bolts? No, man, you need a socket set. You need, all the numbers, the 13s, the 12s, the 10s. You guys know you need proper tools, okay? So on TradingView, you need TradingView. To trade, you need an exchange. If you want to use leverage, okay, you need to use an exchange like Weeks or Bluffin, and hopefully you use an exchange that gives you the lowest trading fees as well. Okay, so you need to have your tools, and unfortunately you have to pay for some of those tools. Okay, like TradingView, I do recommend that you at least have the cheapest subscription so that you can make the most of the features on TradingView. And I have seen people trade on the charts on Weeks or on Bluffin or on Bybit or on 𝗖𝗍. Right, you don't get access to all the tools. You need to have your proper spanners and your socket and your screwdrivers and the start points and the flat points. You need to have all of that, right? You're not going to be successful if you are skimpy on the tools that you use. Okay, right, legends. Let's see if I have anything else over here. I can then go through some comments. And so basically, in a nutshell, legends, I am looking at this level now for potential short. And depending on how price reacts over here, I will consider a short to the downside. If I see strength and I see high time frame body closes, okay, body closes, not wicks. If I see body closes above this daily, weekly level, I am going to sit it out. I'm going to sit the short out because I'm very patient with my trades. And even if I see body candle closes above, usually with the retracement, you increase the probability of going up again. Okay, so right, so this is the potential shorting opportunity. And then we can go and look at the structure and together now and see, well, is there a potential long opportunity? You are not in a short. You are not in a long. You don't want to short the uptrend over here. Is there a potential long opportunity? We can go and look at this scenario in a moment. Okay, because I do see a potential bouncing zone. Okay. But I think it's going to happen after the rejection. Okay, so legends, I mean, very close to all-time high. There's a lot of hype in the market at the moment with Trump entering the White House with his sleeping bag in the office. Okay, so right, but I do just want to highlight, nothing goes up in a straight line without a decent correction. So yes, this can continue and it can continue and it can continue, but at some point the structure has to correct itself. Okay, and that is going to be a great buying opportunity. From a timing perspective, we will measure where the time is that makes sense. But I mean, until we get a major breakdown to the downside, okay, we cannot speculate on the structure correcting itself just as yet. Okay, let me go through some comments and we can continue over here. A80, can you check Lay, please? Layer AI. Yes, I will go through a couple of maybe many altcoins after I'm done with the technical analysis here on Bitcoin. So stay tuned not to miss out on your favorite altcoin. Sell the news event tomorrow. Maybe it's going to, I have seen, generally speaking, not always, but in most of the times, okay, weekend price action likes to reverse itself by Tuesday, Wednesday. And then on Thursday, you see the true price action in terms of where the market makers want to take the price. Okay. Pac-Man, welcome to the live stream. Crypto Big Brains, appreciate the support. Just want to see if there's any comments. More liquidity below. Yes, there's a lot of liquidity building up below. I actually haven't looked at the heat map in a while. Let's go and have a quick squiz here at the heat map. And I just want to take my face here out the way so everyone can see what I'm seeing. Right, so first thing, I'm not sure if anyone uses the heat map that I use over here. Okay, I like to use model 2. That's my favorite model that I like to use. I'm just very used to it. Oh, there's also a lot of liquidity building up above. Okay, this liquidity is at $106,000 400. I just want to see if that lines up. 106,400 in the zone right there. There's the liquidity. Wouldn't it be interesting to do that? Right, there's your liquidity. Grab the liquidity, get acceptance back below the 0.88. Usually when you grab a liquidity pool, you get a reaction. Okay, you get a reaction. So I want to see the last 3 days. Let's take actually the last week. With this momentum here to the downside, okay, even with the momentum here to the upside, okay, we still have more liquidity above. Yes, we have liquidity below, which is scattered, but we have a nice pool clustered together just above the highs from where we are right now. Ooh, very interesting. I think the bulls are, and I think this is why price is getting choppy over here. It's really getting choppy over here because once you claim the 0.88, you increase the probabilities that even with a corrective structure to the downside, you're going to take this high. Okay, so the bulls and the bears are having a massive battle over here, hence the double top. The bears do not want us to smash the 0.8. The bulls wants us to get there. Let me put my head back here. Right, there we go. Week down the moon. Why did all the alts dump and pump today? Okay, it's with this little Bitcoin dump. I think we had a small little dump here to the downside, and I also saw that Bitcoin dominance got some strength here to the upside. Remember, even if Bitcoin is going sideways or it's slowly correcting to the downside and dominance goes up, alts will bleed. It's just, it is what it is. There's nothing going to change that. If dominance goes up, it means money is flowing out of the alt ecosystem back into Bitcoin. Okay, dominance drops like it did now today, then you see a little bit of life come back into the altcoins. Okay, like what happened here on Rune, tapped the trend to perfection and now had a small little bounce here. Okay, a bounce, not significant, but it had a bounce of what? 7-8% to the upside, with dominance dropping here a little bit to the downside. Okay, so you can see when dominance drops, money goes back into the alts. So if you're asking the question, why did alts dump? Well, here's your answer. Okay, there's your answer. Dominance went up. I just want to look, okay, as long as dominance does not take this high, it still has a chance to claim the low. Okay, because this is the high that needs to be broken in order to change market structure. You need a higher high, and then you're most likely going to form a higher low and continue, because now you're creating a higher high. So as long as Bitcoin rejects over here, guess what? You still have a lower high. Okay, so critical moment here for dominance. If it can successfully break down and claim this low, then guess what? You have a lower high, lower high, low, lower, lower low. And this could be epic for some of our favorite altcoins here to the downside. So quite a critical area that I see dominance in at the moment. Okay, and we can go through some altcoins in a moment, legends. I do see some interesting load up zones loading here on some of our favorite altcoins. Hi, Dewald Elizabeth, welcome. Joining the live stream. What a day. I bought the dip and I guess you got what you wanted. Lower prices. Yes, yes, yes. Always good. Trump inauguration will be the sell the news event. Maybe, right? The market just doesn't go up in a straight line. At some point it has to correct. But if we can claim the 0.88, we increase the probabilities of taking the high, which means the low can be in. Okay, we've spoken about this little scenario. We have spoken about many times here on the live stream, legends. Do you guys Just want to take this out. Okay, let's take this Fibonacci out. I want to see if I still have the simple path over here, right? From a simplicity perspective, let me switch on my trends as well. Okay, we have spoken about the scenario numerous times. This is either the low over here. Okay, do you guys remember when we spoke about the 0.382 after an impulse? Okay, you tap the 0.382 or a major fib level for the first time, you get a nice little bounce and it could be the low. Wow. Also, looking at the structure over here, guess what? We have formed a higher high. You're starting to change market structure. So you have a high, you had a lower high, and this is where everyone was speculating on the head and shoulders. Okay, that little head and shoulders, and we're going to break down, and then the length, that little bad boy over here is going to take us all the way down to $69,000. Okay, now, okay, the head and shoulders pattern, in my opinion, has been invalidated because you were not allowed to take that high. So the head and shoulders pattern, anyone still talking about the head and shoulders pattern, invalidated, is no longer a valid head and shoulders. I think I still have it here somewhere. Oh, here we go. This little head and shoulder pattern has been invalidated because you're not allowed to take the shoulder. You took the shoulder. You now have made a higher high. So from a market structure perspective, perhaps you come down, you make a higher low, and then you continue. Okay, that was the invalidation for your head and shoulders. So it is what it is. It's invalidated. Okay. All right. So let's take that out the way, and I'm going to delete it. I'm not looking at the head and shoulders anymore. As long as price did not take this high, the head and shoulders pattern is valid. But we took it. Even with a correction to the downside, the head and shoulders is invalidated. Right. Okay, cool. So the two scenarios that we spoke over here is either the low is in, and I did have a live stream where I said if I had to choose, I would say the low is in. And okay, now we are where we are, right? And the other scenario was we reject and we take the low again at the 50% fib level, bouncing on the trend over here, range low, playing out to perfection. But we just have to acknowledge that we are still in a bull market. Bull market has not been invalidated. Okay, when I see corrections for Bitcoin, everyone calls for a bear market. When price pumps, everyone's saying we're going back to old price discovery mode. It's just never ceases to amaze me how the price plays with the emotions of people. Then you come back down, we're in a bear market. Okay, $10,000 is on the cards. Now we're pumping up. Oh, we're back in a bull market. It's just, it never ceases to amaze me, legends. Never ceases to amaze me how the emotions work. But you know, let's stay calm, let's stay collected over here. We are looking for signs of strength. So people often ask me, Dewald, how do you look for signs of strength and proof of support? I often speak, you want proof of support. Okay, proof of support is this. That's the first clue that we got now. Okay, because we have a low over here, a lower low. We have a low, a lower low, and a lower low. So people, some traders, experienced traders trading with millions of dollars, okay, they will first wait until you take that high before they make any trading decision. Now we got it. We made a higher high. And the retracement for them is a buying opportunity because you're changing market structure. Okay, where you now want to see a higher low and continuation to the upside. Okay, right. Dewald, is there an expanded flat currently in play? I don't know which. If you are saying A, B, C, that's a flat. Are you talking about the larger time frame? This is not an A wave, right? I cannot count this structure as an A wave. An A wave is a 5-wave structure, okay? Or a 3-wave structure. I cannot count an A wave in this structure. So maybe, okay, maybe it's an area that you need to keep on your chart, is to say that, well, we can go measure where the flat needs to end. So maybe it's a level that you want to have on your chart. So from the all-time high to the low, okay, which I can't see because I have the switch on. Let's put that off. So you take a fib from the high to the low, you drag it across, and there's your flat. Okay, let's reverse this. I'm not saying it's impossible, I'm just saying the probabilities are low. But the low probabilities can still play out. There's your flat target. Okay, between $112 and $115,000. Regardless of whether it's a flat or not, we can still make money to the upside. So even if we reject over here, we come back down, maybe we retest the trend, would be a very interesting buying opportunity over here where you've broken trend. Okay, you come back for a retest and it continues to the upside. Whether it's a flat or not, we can make money, because if it's a flat, it needs to reject in the zone and then it can take the low again. But remember the probability, okay? Remember the probability from the scenario that I've just highlighted. If I, where did I have the simple thing? Okay, bullish local simple, there we go. When I said I think the low could be in, all I meant is we're going to take the high first before we take the low. Once we've taken the high, then we'll assess the probability, we'll look at the structure, maybe it does this, okay? And if there's insane bullish CVD building up and people are getting very bearish and I see price, you know, you've changed market structure, there could potentially be a buying opportunity and it can continue, okay? It's not to say that it has to be a flat. If you tap the 0.618 over here, okay, you increase the probabilities. Even with a retracement, you can still go carry on back up. But I mean, price is still very far away from this level. Okay, so I want to still take in this structure over here. I still want to take advantage of the momentum to the upside, even if it's a flat. Just has to be said. Even if it's a flat, I still want to make money to the upside. A lot of people will, for example, say, no, it's a fake out. It's a fake out. And I like to trade fake outs because you can make money from the fake outs. I don't care if it's a fake out. Okay, some people I see on social media are saying this is a fake out. Well, if you played the breakout and you took profits and you're starting to pay yourself, it's still a successful trade. So why not make money from the fake out? Okay. Yes, I think another shorting opportunity, if we do not reject by the 0.88, okay, this is another shorting opportunity that I will potentially be paying attention to, is let's just take this back out the way, take the brushes here, clean up the chart ever so slightly. I will consider an SFP from the high. Snap it on with a magnet so it stays where it's supposed to stay. Let's go. Let's snap it on with a magnet. Okay, cool. If we do not reject by the 0.88, okay, taking a fib from the high to the low, if we do not reject by the 0.88, I will consider an SFP from the high using the same method that I've just explained to everyone. Okay, I want to see a sign of weakness and maybe it does this and then it rejects. Okay, I will consider a short if we swing failure from the highs. Definitely. But I mean, from a fib extension perspective, okay, look at that. It would be interesting to go and hit the 1.618. But let's see, okay, nothing goes up in a straight line. I think the structure is at a moment where we need to see a little bit of a cool off and perhaps, you know, a buying up from a simplicity perspective, okay, purely from a simplicity perspective, regardless of where we get the rejection, we need the high to be in before, you know, before we can go and work out high areas of confluence. Maybe we tap the 0.88 a little bit higher. Okay, so maybe that will be the fib. So once the high is in and we start rejecting, okay, maybe that's the high and it starts rejecting, and then you take your fib from the low to the high. It's going to be very interesting. The 382 has confluence with this consolidation area. The 50% has confluence with this little range low over here. The 618 has confluence with the above, the consolidation, the highs of the consolidation area. And then the 786 needs to be your maximum bullish area. That's your maximum bullish bounce that needs to take place if you still want to see this high claimed before the low. Because if you come back down and you tap the damn 0.88 over here, then you increase the probabilities of taking that low again. Okay, and then we are going to invalidate this higher high structure. So 786 maximum target at $92,700. But I mean, legends, we are just simply speculating, and there's a lot that needs to happen before we can talk about these levels. Okay, we want to focus on what's going to happen here first. Okay, so let's take let's go on to the 1 hour time frame. And also, I want to go on to the 10-minute time frame first and just tell everyone, you know, from a simple trading perspective, I mean, there was so many breakouts to the upside. You know, when you are in a trending market, the D-line strategy becomes very, very, very powerful. I mean, I just had a look, and I played some of the breakouts, not all of them, but I just had a look. You had breakout, claiming the high, breakout, claim the high. You had a breakout, it claimed the high, even went to higher levels. Breakout, breakout. Okay, using one line, you can play the breakouts with good risk management. You get in, you take your profits, you get out. And you wait for the next bull flaggy or flaggy to form with the D-line strategy, continuously just playing the momentum to the upside. Okay, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successful trades in here. And I mean, potentially even another one that played out here. I didn't take this one. Okay, there was another D-line breakout right over there. Some of them are not easy. They test your patience. But I mean, from a D-line strategy perspective, as per the Back to the Future video that I've made, these ones played out very, very nicely. Especially if you're in a trending market, you don't know how high the momentum's going to go. All you do is you just apply your trading strategy. Okay, because often you can get stuck as a trader if you're speculating on highs. And you think, okay, it's going to roll over here, okay? Sometimes you just need to apply your trading strategy. You don't care where price is going to roll over. You just keep on playing your trading strategy until you get stopped out, maybe twice. Then it tells you, okay, price is starting to roll over. Now you maybe need to apply the D-line strategy to the downside, okay? Right, legends, smash up the like button over here. 600 people watching. It will come. It will come. The 600 people will come. 260 people watching. Only 97 likes. I know we can do better than that. I know we can do. Price is bullish. Like button is bearish. What is going on? Are you a little bit sunburnt? Yes, I am. I spent a lot of time. I went to the driving range and just to go hit some balls. And yeah, I spent too much time in the sun today, so I am a little bit sunburned. Dewald, dear legend, thank you so much for your content. Can you please share with us your thoughts on IMX coin? Thanks a lot. Yes, okay. I think that is enough Bitcoin here at the moment. No? That's enough Bitcoin. One little last structure that I want to just show everyone over here. Okay, the most bullish structure that I have in my pocket. Okay, it doesn't carry high probability, but it carries probability. The most bullish structure that I have here in my pocket is this little bad boy over here. We just have to play out what if. I just first want to take that one out. Okay, could still be in the making. Where maybe the second wave is not completed, but this could potentially be a 1-2, 1-2, and it's either building up momentum here to go and complete a 3-4-5 inside of the third wave and comes back down for a fourth wave, and then it goes back up to go and complete a fifth wave here to the upside, which quite interestingly takes us to that 1.618 level. Okay, it's just something interesting to keep in mind. Dewald, what if this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Inside of your third wave you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is interesting about this scenario, okay, is that if you go onto the 4-hour time frame and I look at this little target over here and I just do a basic fib from the high to the low, look at where the 1.618 is. So just something interesting to keep in mind. It is a scenario that could potentially play out. The reason it carries low probabilities, you might be asking, well, Dewald, why does it carry low probability? Okay, so I just want to highlight, it is a scenario that we can go and hit $120,000. But when I zoom back into the structure, I can take that fib out. When I zoom back here onto the 1 hour time frame, okay, I'm not going to go through it in detail in terms of the problems that I see with the structure, is that this retracement, 1, 2, this retracement was very shallow, okay? Just want to make sure. Okay, the retracement only retraced up until the 0.236, which is a very, very shallow retracement for a wave 2. But at least it did hit a fib level. It's rare, but it can happen. Preferably, you wanted to see the 0.382 hit. From a timing perspective is another issue. So if I take a time fib from the low to the high, okay, the low was made before the minimum target, the red line. I wanted to see the low made here. So this either means one of two things. It's not a 1-2, 1-2, and we're going to explode here in a third wave because of the problems that I see over here, or it is because the market is extremely bullish and it gives us very shallow retracements and the corrective structures are finishing before the minimum targets. So the time that I'm showing over here, okay, and the fib level is never in invalidation. All it does is it lowers the probability for the scenario. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. That would be interesting. Okay. But I mean, momentum is still up. The trend is our friend until the very end. And as long as momentum is grinding to the upside and we are continuously forming bullish CVD. Okay. Look at this pivot. Okay. Right. Legends, just from a holistic perspective, I look at this pivot. I look at the momentum here to the upside and CVD is falling down. Okay, which shows me that there's still massive buying pressure from where we are right now. There's still a lot of buying pressure over here. Right, I would like to see us go and claim the liquidity here above at $106,400, which is slightly above that 0.88 that we've just spoken about. That would be very interesting. Right, legends, now let's dive into our favorite altcoins. First, what I'm going to do, Ayesh, welcome to the live stream. Ayush, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Ayush. Good evening, Dewald. Welcome to the live stream. Let's pump BTC dominance again. Okay, legends, let's go through some altcoins. First, what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to run through a couple of altcoins first, okay, that I want to do some analysis on, and then I will take some requests as well. Okay, will we ever make money? That is the question, right? We just need to be patient. Patience pays. And I will show you guys where and which coins I am buying. That's in the buy zone. Well, it's almost in the buy zone. Some of them are in the buy zone. Some of them are very, very almost to be very almost in the buy zone. And let's start off with Mr. Rune over here. And remember, legends, all of the altcoins that I'm showing you over here, like Rune, okay, can be bought on weeks. First link down in the description. Okay, where you get up to 20k sign-up bonus, 50% discount on your trading fees. You're going to have to pay over $9,000 to go and buy 300,000 WXT tokens to get this discount. Okay, you watching the live stream, I've organized it for you. You don't need the WXT tokens just as yet to qualify for this discount. You also get 10% cash back on the money that you deposit in your features account. You also have a competition running over here. Amazing prizes, Rolexes, Mercedes-Benzes up for grabs. And all you need is an email and a password. If you're not trading on weeks, go and give them a try and see how it works, okay? Go and give them a try. I mean, it's just they've pulled out all the stops for the community over here. So go and take advantage because it's not going to last forever. Right, legends. Let's look at Rune. I know some of them looks a little bit messy, but please bear with me, just bear with me because once I start explaining it, it makes a lot of sense, Okay, Rune is hanging on by a thread. I've spoken about it during so many live streams. We are looking at the structure as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 expanding, which is rare in Elliott wave theory, but they do play out. Okay, and I've seen it on Brett. I've seen it on a couple of other altcoins where you have that expanding 5-wave structure, you have the correction to the downside, and I can just see how scared people were over here. I have an average entry on Rune because I told everyone when we entered the buy zone over here, I started nibbling on Rune. And then there was FUD. It just dropped here to the downside, scared the crap out of everyone. And then you start getting people saying, okay, I'm not going to touch it with a stick anymore. Okay, no more Rune for me. But I mean, from a risk management perspective, it is absolutely sexy. It is still in buy zone. Okay, and when you take a time fib from this low, you have to take the time fib from the low of the structure to the high of the structure, which is basically your impulse to the upside. You want this to be a corrective structure, and the only concrete rule in Elliott wave theory is that your second wave, if this is a 1, okay, 5-wave structure in 1, and this is a 2, there's a probability that says the 0.88 tap over here is a rare second wave target, but it does not invalidate it. Okay, just want to make that clear. As long as this little second wave does not take the low, it's still valid. It can still be a second wave, and Rune is one of those that's literally hanging on by a thread. And then on Friday, it got this nice little pump to the upside. Okay, it has not broken this trend successfully just as yet, but Rune is one of those that I added a little bit more to my spot position, or to my swing position, my 2x swing position. I added a little bit, I can't remember exactly, but I added twice in the zone. Little bit, okay? But my average entry price is 3.7. This is where my entry is at the moment. Just before the live stream, or 2 hours before the live stream, I added a little bit more. Okay, so dragged my entry a little bit down. We still have to take into account that the 0.382 from a timing perspective has not yet been hit. So it can still stuff around over here, and hopefully if it crosses this line, which is on, why is it on Saturday? Saturday is gone already. Okay, oh, it's next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So on Saturday, basically next weekend, if Rune is trading over here, okay, and it has still not taken the low, if Rune is going to trade here by next weekend, Sunday, let's go. If Rune is here and it has not taken the low by next week this time, it's going to be... It's going to be magic, right? It's going to be magic, because then you could start building that impulses back to the upside. So Rune is one that I've just slightly, ever so slightly added to my spot bags. I have to make this clear. I have a very, very, very clear invalidation. And I've also shared with everyone what is my trading plan if Rune does this. Okay. I will re-enter when price trades above this zone over here, if I get stopped out, but I will take this the stop loss. I will take the knock on the chin, because I trade with good risk management. Legends, also what I've highlighted is time is never an invalidation, and I see some of the altcoins are starting to pop to the upside, and they have not finished their corrective structures from a timing perspective. Okay, so it is possible that Rune breaks the trend over here, okay, and it starts rampaging. So this is actually the load up zone. And the reason why I started buying over here is because it just could front run this level from a timing perspective. What if Rune successfully breakouts over here? Maybe it goes sideways and it starts to pump, right? I already want to be inside of the trade. And then I will de-risk myself by moving my stop loss to break even. Okay, if Rune starts pumping here to the upside, I'm going to protect my entry. Then I have a free trade to the upside if the scenario plays out. 𝗖𝗿 is another one that I'm looking at, okay? And remember, Rune can be traded on Weeks. Rune can be traded on Bluffin, where you only need an email and a password to sign up. I love Rune, yes, and so do I. Rune is in a very, very juicy spot, and I did see that little dump to the downside scared a lot of people on Rune, where no one wanted to buy it anymore. And I also saw a couple of people that did have positions that cashed out, okay, because they were scared of taking the low. But for me, okay, and this is maybe just how I had to learn to reprogram my brain from a trading perspective, is that when you have an impulse to the upside, legends, when you have an impulse to the upside and prices over here, everyone wishes they bought at lower levels. And you wish you had a tighter stop loss, because now you have to, do I buy over here? Where do I put my stop loss? Below this low? Yes, that is an insane stop loss. And then price starts correcting, and it corrects, and you're like, wow, this is what I've been waiting for. Okay. And the lower price gets to this point is the best thing that you could wish for, because if you enter over here, you have a very tight stop loss. If you, by trying to enter over there, I mean, it's just logic for me. It's logic. The lower price goes, and I know where my invalidation is, because I'm looking at an impulse and a corrective structure. You want this to go down as low as possible without taking the low. So the lower the price, from a risk management perspective, that is what you should be dreaming about. This is where you should be buying. People, for some reason, don't like this. They want price to bounce, and they want to buy in over here. No. Now you have a stop loss that's so far away, okay? So I like to buy in areas where my stop loss is very close to the invalidation. So if I'm still looking at Rune as a bullish structure, for now, it is still bullish until invalidated. If this is a true bullish structure to the upside, okay, and this is corrective, this little price action is not allowed to take the low. And if it does, then we're looking at the berry structure, which I also have already mapped out, and I have shared my trading plan. But it never ceases to amaze me when retail, okay, and I'm not talking about you guys watching the live stream. Most of you are experienced. Most of you buy the deep retracements because you know you can have a fantastic stop loss, okay, and the deeper the better, okay. But retail, for some reason, this scares the crap out of them. For some reason, they don't want to buy there because they don't want to get stopped out. And I'm just like, well, it's the best place to buy. I don't know. Like, do you rather want to go buy there, or are you rather going to wait for Rune to do this and then you're going to start buying? Okay, then you miss out on all these gains. Okay, so yes, Mr. Crypto Big Brains, I love Rune as well. Okay, so let's look at 𝗖𝗿 over here. This looks messy. Let me just clean it up. I just want to take some levels out. Let's take that out. Okay, let's do this. Okay, that looks better. 𝗖𝗿 as well. Okay, beautiful 5-wave structure here to the upside. Don't really have that in, but I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in an expanding triangle, and then we're looking at this as being potentially corrective. Okay, then what you do is you take your fib from the low to the high, and 𝗖𝗿 actually still looks fantastic. Looks fantastic. It hasn't even tapped the 786. Okay, Rune is here. This is why Rune is scaring everyone. Rune is over there, but 𝗖𝗿 looks fantastic. What I would like to see personally, okay, and I might not get it, and this is why I opened up a small little swing trade on 𝗖𝗿, because I realized that we might not get it, because it might create a higher low over here and just start going. So I opened up a small little swing position here on weeks on 𝗖𝗍, and it might not just be time yet. So if I take a time fib from the low to the high, very can like to be very close. Let's go here on to the 12-hour. I just want to see exactly. Okay, he's almost there. This little low, okay, this little low was made before the minimum time target. If say, I can tell you guys now, if say gives me what I want, if say gives me my Christmas present that it forgot to give to me, I would like say to take this low. I would love it for it to take that low because there's a lot of liquidity below that low. Okay, a lot of people are speculating on this structure to still be a bullish structure where it does not take the low and it rampages here to the upside. So there's a lot of stop losses below this low. And although I've nibbled ever so slightly on a 2x swing position here on say, from a timing perspective, it would be absolutely fantastic for say to do this. Claim the 786, stop out all these people, and then it gets momentum back to the upside in this zone. Okay, after Monday, it's in the zone. Say is in the zone after Monday, not yet, but I did nibble in a small little position over here because I know that sometimes a trader like myself are waiting, I'm waiting, and then this does not happen and it starts breaking, it starts changing market structure, it forms a higher low, it makes a higher high, and then off to the races we go. So that is why I nibbled on a small little say position over here. Okay, just from a front running perspective, and it is a small position. Okay, I'm not going in with my entire account and biting my nails when say does decide to come down below. Okay, so legends, you know, please don't trade with more than what you can afford to lose. Trade with good risk management. But the one thing I just want to highlight is the structure to the upside increased in volume, and the structure here to the downside is decreasing in volume, which tells me this is impulsive, this is corrective, you should not take the low. Nothing's impossible, the market is here to surprise us, but from a technical perspective, this is what I do as a trader. The technicals look great. This is where you buy. You don't buy here. You don't buy here. You buy here. This is where you're supposed to buy. So I'm buying where I'm supposed to be buying. And if I do get my magic price action that comes down to the 786, right? If we can hit 31 cents on say and do that, oh, we're going to have a party, legends. We are going to have a party. Very similar to Brett, okay? Very, very similar to Brett. Brett had exactly the same structure. But the only difference with Brett is this low was made after my red line over here. So maybe say is still going to do this and scare the crap out of everyone, because I can tell you now, people that have high leveraged positions open here, because I don't know, I see some people going in with 50x, 20x on altcoins. That is suicide. Okay, that is suicide for your portfolio. Because let's play this out. If say has to drop from where it is right now to the 786, okay, that's a 17-18% stop loss. So if you have a 10x position open here, and the price drops slightly below the 786, your position's gone. You're out. You liquidated. You're out the game. Thanks for playing. Okay, it's Mr. Squid Games. You are shot. Okay, you have moved during the red light. Okay, so this is why, legends, this is why you need to have low leverage positions on your swing, on your altcoins. Yes, I have sometimes played a 10x, even a 20x position on my favorite altcoin, but that is where my stop loss does not liquidate my position. So maybe, you know, in this scenario over here, I was watching the break of the trend. Let's just play this out. I play the breakout over here. I go measure my stop loss, where I'm supposed to put my stop loss. If I play the breakout, that's a 15% stop loss. So maximum amount of leverage that I will use in that position is a 5x, so that I don't liquidate my position. Okay. You need to let your stop loss tell you how much leverage you're allowed to use. Okay. You should not get liquidated. You should get stopped out. Right. And then some people, they enter high leverage positions over here. And then what they do is the only thing that you can do, all right? Price falls. What do? To save your position, you add, which is fine. drags your entry down, also pushes your liquidation price down. But what if it takes the low? What if it takes the low? Because this is where your stop loss is supposed to go, below the low. And that stop loss is 48% away. So on a 2x position, which I have open at the moment, okay, I will not be liquidated. Almost. It will stop me out before my position gets liquidated. So that's how I calculate it. I want to get stopped out before I get liquidated. I know where my, so the way that I work out the trade is that my liquidation price has to be below my stop loss. And then obviously, you know, other factors starts playing in terms of how much capital do you put on the line? How much of your portfolio do you put on the line? So maybe I only put 0.05% of my portfolio in this trade. If I get this, I will add another 1% of my portfolio to this trade. Okay, but I never go in 100% all in and just this happens and my portfolio is gone. No, it doesn't work. Right, legends, let me go through some more altcoins over here. AR looks absolutely fantastic. AR looks magical. AR looks great. I still have my entry at 15.9. I still have my entry at 15.9. I have not changed my thesis. I have held on and I've been very, very, very patient with AR, and I am still in this swing trade for 2, 3, 4 weeks already, more than a month. I'm even 2 months. I think I'm still in this trade. Okay, since the fall over here, 18 December, yes, for the last month, I'm still in this swing trade, but I also have a relatively good spot bag, so I didn't go heavy in the swing trade. Right, but it is inside of the load up zone, and what makes AR very interesting for me compared to 𝗖 and Rune, what makes AR very interesting is the following, okay, is if you take a time fib from the low to the high, look at where this low is made. After the 1-to-1 extension, it has surpassed the minimum time. It has surpassed the okay time. It has surpassed the best time. And it is now between the 2 and the 1 where it has made this low, which increases the probabilities that for AR, this could definitely be the low because of where it was made from a timing perspective. It is not uncommon for a corrective structure to be longer than the impulse. Not uncommon at all, as long as the corrective structure finishes after the 0.382. But I do like where, okay, AR made this low. And now I can see it's chopping on this trend over here. It broke out and it's chopping. So it looks like it wants to rock and roll. And remember, AR, Rune, and 𝗖 can be traded on weeks down in the description where you qualify for the lowest 50% trading fee. You also get 10% cash back on the money that you put in your features account. They have a competition running. All you need is an email and a password, right? What are you waiting for? Because I mean, these trading fees does make some of the swing trades worth keeping open for a little bit longer so that the fees doesn't eat into your profits. So AR looks great, legends. Rose, been holding on and it looks beautiful. Rose has broken trend, and usually the fake, I like to say, me and my brother actually speak about these scenarios often. The first breakout is usually the fake out. You had the breakout, it came back down, it has still made a higher low. If it breaks out again and it starts consolidating outside of the trend, that's going to be absolutely fantastic. Also, when you take a fib from the low to the high, it has found support by the 786 over here. And right, it could potentially be this. The only thing that's a little bit like, okay, I have to acknowledge that the trend is up. And we have bounced beautifully on this trend over here. When you connect this low and this low, beautiful tap over there. And this is also what I refer to as the home line. And I also like to say the home line are the best buys. Home buys are the best buys. Okay, so on Rose, it looks great. What can I say? For now, with good risk management. The only thing is this little structure, a little bit confusing. And it's only two ways in which I can see this structure potentially play out. This is either going to play out and be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in an expanding, like I've just showed you on 𝗖 and on Rune, expanding. Okay, so Rose is either forming an expanding structure over here, where you have that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I mean, basically, it's still an epic trade to at least come and claim this high over here. Or it is forming a more bullish structure, more bullish than this structure. It's forming a 1, 2, 1, 2, and it's not, but in order for the 1, 2, 1, 2, it's not allowed to take the low. It's not allowed to. But even for the expanding, it's not allowed to take the low. Okay. So this low has to be protected. If this is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or if this is going to be a 1, 2, 1, 2, which is actually the most bullish case scenario, because then it's just going to rip here to the upside and it's not going to look back. What does give the 1, 2, double 1, 2 a slightly lower probability? What you want to see from a double 1, 2 is a big 1, 2 and then a smaller 1, 2. This is not an invalidation. It just slightly lowers the probability. You want to see a large 1, 2 and a smaller 1, 2, and then the third wave to the upside, where Rune, what is this? Rose has a small 1, 2 and a large double 1, 2, and then, okay, but it's not an invalidation. It can still happen. Could even still happen on Bitcoin on the macro time frame, where we have that double 1, 2 and we potentially going to $220,000. Right, cool legends, smash up the like over here. How 154 likes, 241 people watching the live stream. All you need to do is click the like button down in the description and take advantage of the week's exchange, where you qualify for absolutely amazing deals. Okay, also, you know, if you're struggling with leverage, Weeks is an alternative, Bluffin is an alternative. All you need is an email and a password. Dewald, do you think we have a time frame till when coins like 𝗖 and AR Flux can take 2024 March high? It's an interesting question. So I don't know if I think I actually have this mapped out on 𝗖. So let's go to 𝗖, and it will most likely play out for all the structures, or for all the altcoins, as long as they can keep their bullish structures intact. Okay, so let's go on to the daily on 𝗖, because what I'm going to explain here on 𝗖 is most likely going to play out for most of the altcoins as well. But just look at this, okay? Oh, it looks sexy as hell. Let me take some of these things out just to clean it up. Okay. This is the structure that I see playing out during this cycle. You have formed a 1, 2 already, and we are now inside of the third wave, and we have now built the first wave inside of the third wave. So you want to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in your third wave. Then you go back down in a 4 like XRP has done, because XRP is now inside of its fifth wave. Okay, and this brings you to round about the end of the year. Look at the date, 5 November, down, you know, we're down here. Look at the date. So I have actually worked out these structures, taking time into consideration as well. So this little structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ends the end of this year. More or less where data is telling us that the bull market could potentially come to an end. Okay, so this entire structure is going to take most probably the most of the year to play out. But I mean, from over here, legends, from where price is now, this little line over here, okay, I do not have a crystal ball. I don't know how the structure is going to play out. I'm applying my trading strategy over here, speculating that we could successfully form a second wave, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where we're still going to have that alt season and the altcoins explode here to the upside. I think XRP and the Trump coin at the moment has pulled a lot of liquidity out of the alt ecosystem, and I think once XRP slows down, which it will very soon, XRP is going to slow down. So if you're FOMOing into XRP, be very careful, okay? Because the reason I keep on talking about 𝗖, Rune, Rose, Flux, there's so many others. I can go through the list. Guys, the reason I am talking about these altcoins is because look at where they are. XRP is, okay, XRP is here. It has already formed these structures and it did not stop. It literally, because we do not know how high this third wave can go. That's the problem. Third waves can be very explosive. The reason I put the third wave here by the 1.618 is it's because it's regarded as the minimum target and a very common target for your third wave. XRP did that. 𝗬𝗬𝘆𝗽 went past the 5.618, which isn't even, it went past the 5.618. So I'm letting you guys know about these potential buys because there's money, massive money to be made over here. So if you are foaming into XRP, you are really, you're buying the top. Okay. So let's do the comparison. I want to show you guys this. Let's go and open up XRP. Okay. Here we go. I want to put XRP on the daily time frame. I want to show you why I am buying these altcoins, right? So if I look at this massive, insane XRP structure here to the upside, okay? Just want to take, let's put it on lock. I just want to see if it's not going to make more sense on lock. Okay, right, yeah, it does make more sense. Sorry for the mess, but this is what I'm showing you. 𝗖, Rune, Flux, most of these altcoins from a structural perspective, we are over there. And the reason I'm building swing positions is because I want to take advantage of this so that I don't have to struggle to get in when it starts to pump. Okay, so for the people buying XRP over here, can you see that you've already formed a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? You are buying the top potentially. I'm not saying that it can't go a little bit higher. Maybe it can go still a little bit higher, but you are buying into the fifth wave. The fifth wave is the last bullish pump to the upside. So when I go here onto the 4-hour time frame, and this is why I'm warning people, and even I have friends and family phoning me saying, or sending me SMSs saying that, well, should they buy XRP? Should they buy XRP? Because people like the, it's just that reverse thing of retail money is that, oh, it's doing amazing, I should be buying. No, you're buying at the wrong time. Look at this 1, 2, but I actually see a 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, it looks more to me like a double 1, 2. This is the third explosive wave. So what could happen over here is 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, because there's a double 1, 2 over here. Watch out, okay, $6.5 on XRP. So that's what I'm saying. It still could potentially continue, but it is already in fifth wave territory. XRP could fall down at any moment, but it could still go to $6.5, which is a fifth wave target, a more bullish fifth wave target, but a target nonetheless. Okay, but you are buying into the last impulse to the upside. And the reason I'm showing you guys Rune, 𝗖, Flux, and many others, we'll get through those one, AR, is because they are here. They're there. Like, I don't know how else to paint this picture. Okay, so for people asking me, should they buy XRP? I'm just like, from a technical perspective, I'm looking at better altcoins. And then people are like, no, but Rune is not better than XRP. And I'm like, I'm not talking about fundamentals. I'm talking from a technical perspective. It's in a better spot. It has better risk management because I bought Rune at 44 cents. This is where XRP. This is where I bought XRP. Okay, I bought XRP when I was supposed to buy XRP, and now I've taken profits, okay, and I'm using my profits on XRP to buy Rune, 𝗖, AR, and some others as well. Yes, Link. I also used XRP profits to buy some more Link. Can we look at Phantom? 𝗬cie𝗂𝗿 did a 3x. Yes, Blacklist is XRP in chat. Right, legends. This is just a little bit of education, and I'm used to this. I'm really so used to this because they actually teach you this in Elliott wave theory. When you have a 1-2, your smart traders, your traders with experience, your traders that's been around the block, they typically buy here. This is your experienced traders that buy here. Okay. Your more retail traders, okay, like your intermediate traders, will buy over here. They will reaccumulate inside. Once the third wave is in, they will buy the fourth. They will buy the fourth. And then as it breaks out, they start taking profits. Retail, the fifth wave is regarded and is called the retail wave. It is the dumb wave. It's just, it's what they teach you in Elliott wave theory, okay? The reason the fifth wave is called the retail wave is because this is where all the stupid money buy, so that all the smart money that bought over here can take profits. So these people take profits using their cash. It sounds horrible. I know it sounds terrible, but that's how it works. That's why you have five-way structures to the upside. Okay. It's because these people need retail to take profits into, okay, and then it dumps. And guess what? These people bought the top, which is retail, and I mean, we've all been there. I was retail. I was here. This is me buying the tops, okay? And these people are taking profits here, and then price dumps, and they sell over here, okay? So they bought over here, they sell over here, and guess what? Me and you, we're looking at buying opportunities, okay? So they sell into our bags again. That's just market psychology. So what I'm trying to teach everyone here on the channel, smash up the like button, is that we need to be this people, and we need to be maybe not even this people. We need to be this people over here. And this is what I'm trying to show you on Rune. This is what I'm trying to show you on Say. This is what I'm trying to show you on AR, okay? And let's go through a couple more. So Rose, that's what I'm trying to show you on Rose. Tia, that's what I'm trying to show you on Tia. That is what I'm trying to show you on Layer AI. Okay, even Layer AI, the one that I got stopped out of my swing trade, regardless of how you count this as from an Elliott wave perspective, it still looks great, because this is what you want to see. Okay, when price pumps and it slows down and it finds the floor, it goes sideways, okay, it's usually a great buying opportunity. But this is where selling pressure gets exhausted, and then after a nice little impulse like this to the upside, nice impulse and a long correction, okay, and now it's going sideways and it's hitting the floor. Okay, the floor I basically refer to as, that's where you're supposed to buy. And this is where a lot of people are too scared to buy, because then you have the best risk management. That is where your stop loss is the tightest. That is where you're exposing your portfolio to the least amount of risk. We still use stop losses because you just never know. We don't trade without stop losses. But for me, this is where you are supposed to be buying. This is bullish. It has formed a higher low. Okay, so this structure can be used as a to determine whether it can have an explosive third wave to the upside. So it does have a low and it has a higher low. So this structure could give it the momentum that it needs to explode to the upside. Okay, and the reason I'm using Layer AI here is because I saw someone's asked for it. Okay, take a look at Dewald, take a look at AI16Z. Mr. Crypto Big Brains, let's go check that out. I'm curious now. AI16Z. What is this? Is this a meme, or is it? It looks like a meme coin with that little picture there. Let's do the KuCoin. Okay. This could just be that there's not enough data. Let's try again. AI16Z USDT. I'm just going to add all of these until I find one that has the most amount of data, because you guys know me by now. I want to chart something that has data. Okay, so let's go through the list. It's just pumped, right? Okay, so technically for me, there's not much to analyze, unfortunately, legends. Not much to analyze. Okay, I don't have enough data, and I'm not going to try and analyze the information on CoinGecko or on CoinMarketCap. Okay, it's not enough data for me to technically analyze. What I do like is that you have momentum to the upside. This could potentially be corrective. I don't know. It's not enough data for me to make a proper technical analysis over here. So I'm just going to delete that. Delete. Don't need that. Right, unless I'm just using the wrong ticker symbol. Can you look at CRV? Of course, for the legends, we can look at CRV. Okay, CRV USDT. Let's go. There's so many other altcoins that I also want to discuss with everyone, guys. And I just don't have time, right? Ooh, this trade played out to perfection. Take that out. Okay, CRV actually looks great. I mean, you know, when the FUD, do you guys remember the FUD where you traded? You know, and this is something that I've highlighted on Rune as well. And on Say, if the low gets taken, you do not do anything as long as you are below that low. You don't do anything because that's bearish. As soon as price gets acceptance back above and it starts trading above that low, that's a very bullish sign. This is where you buy again and you put your stop loss below the recent low. And I mean, CRV actually absolutely rampage here to the upside. But what I still see on CRV, because I can't use the structure for bullish structure, I have to look at the structure from this pivot. So what I can like to be seeing playing out over here is that, remember, everything moves in 5 waves. So potentially what's happening over here is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's going to have one more impulse to the upside. And then once you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you would expect a ABC correction, you form a higher low, and then you go into the third wave. Okay, but this is not third wave territory just as yet. Remember what I explained on XRP? Remember what I explained? You are here with CRV. You are here. So yes, it can still get an impulse to the upside, but you are now buying into the retail wave. So there is still money to be made. You just need to be aggressive with profit taking, because CRV needs to build a 5-wave structure in order to have a third wave, which is the most bullish structure in any commodity token, gold, silver, crypto, whatever you look at. You need a 5-wave structure, and because the lowest point is over here, okay, you don't have a 5-wave structure just as yet. So it still needs to build its 5-wave structure, and then this is going to scare the crap out of everyone, potentially the best buying opportunity, and then it explodes in a third wave. So that is what I see on Say, okay, on CRV, right? Hey, Dewald, maybe IMX. I remember IMX from the previous bull cycle. Does this token still exist? I know it's in the gaming sector. USDT. Oh, I actually do have it inside of my list here somewhere. IMX. Let's go have a quick look over here. Remember, CRV and IMX can be traded on weeks and on Bluffin. So IMX looks great. Okay, IMX looks absolutely great from a technical perspective. Okay, what I like about IMX over here is that you have, okay, and let me explain it like this, legends. Some altcoins looks way better than CRV and KDA. Okay, because CRV took the low, which means it needs to build this structure again before you can have the third wave. Where IMX, for example, has a higher low. Very important, because this could be the formation of its third wave to the upside, which is, for me personally, from a technical perspective, a way better buy than CRV. because it potentially is going into its third wave, and that is the wave that you want to trade. Okay, if I see a token like this, okay, I get goosebumps. I get very excited. Okay, super chat. Is there a super chat? I don't see it. Oh wait, let's go. Super chat. Sorry, Ayush. I appreciate the super chat over here. Total market cap for alts and BTC crashes in April as taxes are filed in US. Do you think it's smart to sell bags in April? Re-enter. Check chart 2021. You know, thanks for the super chat. I really appreciate it. And maybe before I answer your question, let me just wrap it up over here. Okay, so IMX looks great. You have a potential for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have a corrective structure that has formed a higher low. Okay, this could be the potential and the formation of the first leg of a 3-wave impulse, where you basically can come and tap $6.2 as a minimum target. That is your minimum target that I potentially see. If this is a 1, 2, 3, okay, it can go higher, can go much higher. This is my conservative target on IMX. So these little bad boy structures over here for me looks way more sexy than CRV. And I'm not saying CRV can't do magic to the upside. I, from an Elliott wave perspective, like to trade the third waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are the most explosive. They have the most amount of volume. They have the most extensive targets to the upside. And if you can catch a token inside of the second wave over here, where you already formed a 1, 2, and you manage to get an entry over here, okay, it's so nice to ride this wave to the upside, because it's very difficult to get in once a third wave takes off, because they are so aggressive to the upside and you struggle to get an entry. So this is why IMX for me looks great. Okay, compared to a token like CRV, purely from a technical perspective, because CRV took the low. So I can't use this structure as a 1, 2. CRV now needs to build a 1, 2, and then it can go into a third wave. Okay, hope that helps. All right, let's focus on that super chat quick. Yes, I mean, taxes, whatever the case might be, you know, the challenge is you never know if it's going to happen. That is the problem, okay? You don't know if you're going to get the dip. And then you might find yourself in a situation where you are waiting, okay? You cash out because you're expecting the dip in April. You cash out and it doesn't happen. Or maybe it happens on Bitcoin and some of the alts that you've cashed out as well starts running because it's building its third waves to the upside, for example. And then, so the question for me is, I need to see from an Elliott wave perspective where in the cycle that specific altcoin is that I'm planning to cash out. So if I can see that an altcoin has successfully completed a third wave to the upside and it's busy with a fourth wave, I will still hold on until we claim the high again and then cash out, for example, regardless of time. I don't care whether it's in April, October, June, July, sell in May. I don't care. I'm just going to hold on to some of these trades because I'm tracking them from an Elliott wave perspective. And I am also, some of my spot bags, I am tracking from a timing perspective. So remember, the market moves in waves. So I'm trying to answer your question as best as I possibly can. And I can only share with you my strategy, what I plan to do. Okay, and this is no financial advice, and I don't want to tell you what you need to do, because I know by selling the highs and buying the lows could give you more momentum, but you could find yourself in a situation where you are thinking you're selling the highs and you don't get the lows, and you are forced to buy in at higher prices because the timing wasn't right, or the market did something different this time. So my plan is to hold on until we get here. From a timing perspective, I'm going to hold on until we get here. And I know that we are going to get dips along the way, and maybe that will be the April fall over there, okay, and you are planning to buy the dip over there, but what if it doesn't happen? What if it happens a month later and then it climbs again? So my plan for now is to hold on until we get here. Okay, if you are in a situation where you need to build your portfolio in order to make more gains, because that could often be the reason as to why people, they buy the lows, it goes up, they cash out, they do what they're supposed to be doing, they sell the highs, it comes back for retracement, you want to buy the low again, okay, maybe it finds support here above the highs. That is trading, that is not investing, okay? So I would rather recommend that you day trade, you learn day trading, where you can enter using a trading strategy like swing failure patterns, D-line, volume strategy, harmonic patterns, any trading strategy that you feel comfortable with. You use your day trading strategy to build your portfolio so that you can invest and you know where to cash out. Okay, well, that's my strategy. I use my profits from my day trading to buy altcoins and to add to my swing positions. So Ayush, I'm not sure if I perfectly answered your question. And the fact of the matter is, we don't know if we're gonna get the dip. It might have happened in the previous bull cycle. What if it doesn't happen this time because maybe everyone's expecting it, or it comes, a little bit later? Is we just cannot see the future, right? But I can tell you that if IMX, let's look at IMX because someone pointed it out. So regardless of where it is, if IMX had to start flying over here, okay, I mean, that's going to be during April, okay, and it starts flying, it's flying, okay, now you're going into June, July, and you cashed out because you thought we're going to do this, and we don't. What then, right? Then you're forced to buy in at higher prices. So I do not look at fundamentals. I am not a fundamental trader. So what you're asking me over here is fundamentals. It is news related, okay? I trade the technicals in front of me. And from a technical perspective, this is a great buying opportunity. Once you are in here, you sit on your hands, you make popcorn, and you enjoy the ride to the upside if it doesn't take the low. Okay, if it does take the low, then I have a different plan on how I'm going to play or trade that low. Okay, but until the low is not invalidated, I have my plan. If price takes the low, I have a different plan that will get activated. It gets acceptance back above, I will re-enter with my stop below the low, because then we could potentially, okay, it still has a nice bullish structure as long as it doesn't take this low. This 1-2 can still be valid, where you just have a larger sideways corrective structure and then it continues to the upside. But I trade my plan from a technical perspective. I do not look at fundamentals. Okay, and I hope I've answered your question as best as I possibly could, and but appreciate the super chat. Okay, right, legends, dear legend, thank you so much for your content. Ayush, that's what I asked. Will coins like 𝗖𝗿𝗆𝗍 will take March high? Yes, they might. They might take like AR rune that I've got over here. Okay, if they start rampaging here to the upside. So let's just say the structures that I've got highlighted over here is going to play out. Okay, let's just play out that it is going to play out. You have a beautiful 1, 2, and it starts rampaging. You can see you're going into May already. Okay, that is the problem. You're going into May already. So it's definitely a possibility to take the March highs, okay, while the tax season is on the way, ongoing on the altcoins. Maybe Bitcoin will make a correction. The dominance will drop. The love will go back into the altcoins. So yes, definitely a possibility to take the March highs, even with tax season in April. Okay, legends, remember all of these altcoins can be traded on weeks. Link down in the description, where the money that you deposit in your features account, you get 10% cash back. You get $20,000 up to $20,000 sign up bonus. You get 50% discount on your trading fees. That's amazing. Okay, and all you need is an email and a password. I have unfortunately run out of time. Guys, I know that there's a lot more altcoin requests. Tomorrow is another day. I have unfortunately run out of time. Always an hour and 44 minutes. I was planning to do an hour live stream. I still need to go and spend some time with my family. And right, legends, hope you all enjoyed. Smash up the like, subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers for now.